Welcome to Your True Identity podcast, and I'm so glad you're joining us. I'm here with Colleen Parrott, a good friend. She's an author, speaker, speech pathologist.
Very good.
Thank you. We practiced beforehand. And she's a wife, and a mom of 4 kids. And so we're excited for you to hear her story and how she found her true identity in Jesus Christ. So do you want to share a little bit?
Sure. So I am a mom of 4. My first son I had, though, my senior year in high school. So that is part of my journey to Christ, because after I had him, I really was seeking to be a good mom, and I wanted him to have something different than I did. It sounds cliche to say, but it truly was how I felt. Just that I was missing something, that there was a hole in my life, that nothing that I had done up to that point of being, 18 years old, there was nothing that was filling it.
Yeah. So there was a void, and you were searching to fill that void.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was filling it with anything.
Yeah. And so how did you come to that decision, or how did you find what you were looking for?
So I kind of started going around to churches and searching for Jesus. I grew up Catholic, and so I knew of Jesus. I knew about God. I prayed, but I kind of looked at Jesus as this far away figure. Yeah. And so I worked at Universal Studios, and when I was there, a young man pulled me to the side one afternoon in the back of a trailer and started talking to me about this guy who had a crush on me. And as we started talking, he just heard my heart and heard this God, this God-shaped hole that was missing in my life. Yeah. And he just started talking to me about Jesus. And so in that moment, I literally invited Christ to my life and kind of started the journey of my walk with Jesus.
At Universal.
That's awesome. Entertainment trailer.
That's awesome. And so before that, there was there had to have been a journey of trying to understand who you are and what your identity was, and even before you had your son as a senior in high school, right? And so what were those cultural influencers? What sort of was going on to get you to the point where you were as a senior, and then sort of figuring out there's something missing?
Yeah. So we were joking before we started filming about Barbie.
Yep.
And
I had a Ken. Yeah. I wasn't a Barbie girl, but a Ken guy. So anyway.
And Barbie really did influence me as a child. I would play Barbies for hours. I'd wake up on Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. and I would play Barbies until 9:30, 10 o'clock at night.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it was almost like this obsession. And really, I wanted to be like Barbie. I wanted to, be smart like her, have a career, have, beautiful friends, and have all of her wardrobe.
Yep.
Her shoes,
all the accessories.
Yes,
right.
All of those things, where everything was perfect and controlled,
right?
And no drama.
No drama. Yeah.
Except for the things that were going on around her. It was never her drama.
Right.
My Barbies had things happen, people died.
Sure.
And,
oh wow.
And there were trains and orphans, and Barbie saved everybody.
Oh,
she was the savior.
She's the savior.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
And was that sort of reflective of maybe some other stuff that was going on in your life?
100%.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So there was a lot of. I had 5. I was one of 5. So, so much. There was always someone in some sort of drama,
right.
and usually coming to me to help or to fix. Even my mom a lot would come to me to help fix or watch or
a lot of responsibility for a young girl.
Yeah, and I do believe that was kind of why I had that escape world, is what
Right.
I would call it. But because it was such an escape for me, and I saw how Barbie was as far as how she looked, I wanted to look like her. I
Right.
wanted the attention that she got, and that kind of led me to seeking that attention from her boys.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'll rephrase, men.
Men. Okay.
Yeah.
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 Men.
Because I dated people much older than me.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you were seeking something more than what you were. So there was like something missing, or
Yes.
right.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Just, again, just seeking that approval, that that acknowledgement that I was pretty,
Right.
that acknowledgement that I was worthy.
Right. Because you had the need. There's an identity that you were seeking.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and even down to, and I think all of us kind of go through this, the people that we grow up around, the area that we grow up around, and that influences our life. And I grew up in an area where most of the people that I grew up with had everything they wanted,
Right.
and I didn't.
Right. Yeah.
And so it kind of made me want to, have those materialistic things.
Right. It's impactful. Right?
Yeah.
Yep. It's very impactful. And so so you're seeking older men to feel valued and feel needed and wanted, and then you're a senior in high school.
Yeah. So the summer before my senior in high school, I was a cheerleader in high school, but my senior year, instead of cheering, I tried out for the dance team. And I was at dance camp, and I was supposed to get my, can I say period?
Yeah, sure.
Like,
You can. Yep. You
I
sure
just
can.
did.
She just did. So it's all good.
So I was supposed to get my period while I was at dance camp, and I didn't. And I remember being around my friends, and everyone was smiling and laughing, and the major difference between, at least when I was growing up, the cheerleaders and dancers is the dance team you could be from 9th grade to 12th grade. There wasn't like a varsity and a junior varsity. So we were, I had some girls that were on the team that were, 9th grade, and of course they pair you up. So they pair you up with like little sisters. And I just remember my little sister just being so carefree and so sweet and so innocent. And I'm sitting there dying inside.
Yeah.
But I have to put on this false facade because I didn't want anyone to know.
Yeah.
And so I hid my pregnancy from July until December.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Wow. And that takes a lot of effort and energy and false
self.
Right? Wow.
Yeah.
You said from everybody?
And
So, like,
only my son's biological father knew
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But everybody else, your family, your parents.
I had a best friend at the time, and she knew too. So my parents did not know.
Wow.
No one I went to
That's a
school
lot.
except for my one friend.
Yeah.
Now, looking back, did she probably tell people? Probably. If you're watching right now, I give you innocence. It's okay. You were 17 years old. It was good. But I believed in my heart that no one knew, and I did not talk about it at all with anyone. And I would just wake up in the morning and go, I'm not really pregnant.
Yeah.
That's what I would just say to myself.
Right.
So.
Wow, Colleen, thank you for sharing. And, there is so much more to this story. And we're going to reconnect here just a little bit and have you tell us what happened and how did you find Jesus? We heard a little bit about that, but what happened after that? Because you have 3 more kids, right? And how did you find your true identity in Jesus Christ? And why is it important?
Yeah.
So stay tuned. We'll see you soon.